Alright, today's little project, this Logitech, it's just a computer speaker system. This one is a Z5300 and I've got the controller plugged in here, and you can hear that click there. The power button is not clicking, little micro switch, so it's dead. So I'm going to pull it apart and see if I can fix this micro switch in here. Hopefully a simple replacement, but we'll see. Because when they work, they sound good. They really do. Now, to get these apart, it's very, very simple. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips head screws. I'll just peel that back. Hidden behind there, you can see that. So once they're screwed off, pop the volume knob off, which is not a volume knob, it's not a potentiometer, it's a rotary encoder, which means it'll just spin 360 degrees, and then the electronics know what to do. So if you look at this, this is the power button, this is the micro switch, and if I tap it, it's doing nothing. Righto, so I'm back playing with this thing. It's been sitting on my garage floor literally for 6 months, not knowing what to do with it, just sitting in a corner, and turn it on, turn it off, nothing happens. I've got the remote plugged in, and what I've done is I've just used a little bypass switch here, press it, nothing happens. But I thought maybe, just maybe, I should check the fuse. And look at this. The fuse is kaput, and you can see it's a T 1.6 amp AL250 volt, so looks like it's probably a slow blow, which would be normal for this sort of device, but the closest thing I've got is a 2 amp. There you go, that's a fast blow, but we'll pop that in and see how we go. Okay, pop this, power this on. Pull back, see if we get any lights. Ha ha ha! Look at that. So I've desoldered the old switch, and I'm just going to use a momentary contact, because that's what this switch is, just to see if this will power up. And it powers up. How good is that? And if I turn the rotary encoder, yep, look at that. Get green LEDs. Fantastic. Now if I tap it again, it should power off. And it does. Awesome. All I've got to do is replace that micro switch and see how we go. Now I just happened to buy a couple of these switches, thinking ahead. Got to work out how to get into this bag. And now here where I live, on the east coast of New South Wales, the company I use, Core Electronics. So if you don't use Core Electronics, you really should. I was able to go and pick these up myself, but here we go. Tactile switch. I'll put a link as to what these are. It's I do have a DigiKey replacement number, but basically 20 of these were $10.40, so very, very cheap. And I obviously only need one, but it's the smallest amount I could buy. Okay, that's the original that I've desoldered. It's a bit of a mess. And then these are the replacements. I think they're 3 by 6.5 mil or 3.5 by 6 mil or something like that. But you can see that it is identical in every way. So they're just a momentary push button. Can't believe that the entire device operation is based on this tiny little micro switch. Anyway, that has to get soldered into there. Pretty straightforward stuff, and I'll do that straight away. So I'm just going to desolder the wire that was connected to the back. Now I made a mistake doing the testing of this by soldering wires on the back to duplicate the momentary contact switch, and I've blocked up the holes and I can't desolder them with my desoldering braid. So there's my desoldering braid that I was trying to use. So I'm just using a 1mm drill bit to drill out these holes so that I can get the legs of the micro switch through. Done. Now see if I can pop through this micro switch. So I'm just gently clamping these in some vice grips just so I can hold it, because I know it'll get hot. Bit of solder on the back, gently work it through, and voila, it is through. One micro switch. Now I'm just going to gently solder that to the back. There we go, just to tidy that up there, and we are done. Beautiful. Okay, plug it in, give it a road test. It's good. Alright, see how we go. Beautiful. Rotate our rotary encoder, see if we've got volume, and we do. Now I'll plug in a source and see if I can get some sound out of this thing. Okay, so we've got the original speakers. Doesn't really matter where they go. Obviously, it's just for a test. Okay. Fantastic. Alright, power off. All done. Reassemble and give this a bit more of a test. Okay, that's basically it. Just got to pull these back, screw the Phillips heads back in, just like that. And we are done. Now there is a volume knob floating around here somewhere. Okay, great stuff. So we've got power. Righto, got this thing plugged in, working. Crank the volume up. See that? Quite a bit of air movement there. Don't want to cook it on its first day back. But really strong down around that 55 Hertz. Okay, starting to roll off. Bit of flutter. It's really strong at 50 Hertz. Righto, pretty much beyond my hearing at my age. Okay, that's a success. Let's get some music going. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Okay.